on, guys? Welcome back to Howlin Wolf Garage. Today we got a special edition Howlin Wolf Garage going on. An old project that we did a while back. You know, the budget guy. The budget guy's back. No, I did not sell it. I did have it for sale for a while. We didn't end up selling it. I put it up probably about 4 or 5 days, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't take myself to not finish it. So guess what we're doing today? We're gonna go ahead and put a lift kit on this truck. We just got the, let's see, what do we got? We have the Tough Country, Soft Ride, Easy Ride, 3-inch lift kit. I didn't want the truck super tall. I think the original Fall Guy truck is like a 4 to 6-inch lift, depending on what truck they used. I really just want to be able to use the truck for everything, pull a trailer. I really want it to be kind of like my recovery truck. When I take my trailer and we go dig us out an old truck or old car out in the field somewhere that we want to build, I want to use this truck for all those videos and all that fun and drive it and use it. Still having a fuel delivery issue with the truck, so I'm going to drop that original tank. I have a brand new tank for it. We'll be putting a brand new tank in on the lift, but for right now I got Cash under the truck helping me out. We got some new goodies for the truck. Some of you guys have caught it. I've seen it in the comments. Everybody's like, oh, I see a roll bar. Yes, we got a roll bar. A-Rod was able to get me this roll bar. He was out in Denver one day, and I just happened to be on Facebook, and we had it on there for sale. So, yeah, it's not installed yet. It's just sitting back there. I'm going to build some brackets and stuff to get it to fit, because if you can see right there, it's a short bed roll bar, but it's actually, it looks just like the one from the original Fall Guy truck. And remember, we're not building a replica or anything like that. This is just a tribute truck. I just kind of want it to look the part. I don't care about it being exact, and that's pretty much it for this truck. Because I'm going to go ahead and change it a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and tint the windows. I like the windows tinted just a little bit. Not real dark, but I like them tinted. Keep some of the sun out. Hopefully one day we can get the air conditioner and everything rolling. Maybe an engine swap at some point, but I think this is a truck that we're going to hold on to for a while. Super excited about it. Hope you guys are too. He's learning. He's using power tools. He's using power tools. I'm so proud of him. All right. Catch you guys here in a little bit. Let's get this other side on. Why would you drop that?
I don't know.
Come on, man. You're killing me here. Cash is, he's struggling today. Do people call you Carter?
No.
Just Cash?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Super excited, super pumped to have this truck back together. So this side is already done. Got the 3-inch springs in there. Everything's just hand tight right now. We're gonna wait till we get the other side on and get some weight on the truck before we tighten everything up. So I know everybody has their own ways of doing lift kits and springs and stuff like that. I like to get all the weight on them, then get under there and tighten everything up. Drive them around for a little while, even take them for a off-road little drive, kind of flex them up, do all the things, then bring them back to the shop, then go ahead and tighten everything up from there, make sure it stays tight after that. And then maybe in a few months, just go under there and check it again. Get everything greased up, ready to roll. All right, so far we got this side pretty much together, just needs to be tightened up. Cash is under there loosening the other side now. There's the old spring. Cash is learning. You're learning a little bit of everything in here, ain't you?
Yeah, for sure.
He's getting dirty today. But he says he likes mechanicking. We'll see how long he likes doing it. Be awkward?
Yeah. Like on camera.
Talking about how you're awkward is kind of awkward.
Yeah.
Move that wrench to where you get some torque on it. I'll let you work it out. You get some good torque right there. Move everything to where you get the most leverage. Best bang for your buck, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There. I got it for you. Got it broke free. Yeah. Well, you're gonna have to use muscles around here. Everything on these trucks is heavy and old and stubborn. What's that?
Middle first and then the outside, or outside?
Yeah, we can just kind of loosen up the middles right now.
Okay.
Everything's got to come out and apart just like the other side. So we can even take the U-bolts out. It's not going to go anywhere. All right. Got the front on yesterday. Really didn't take that long, couple hours. Working on the back now. And if you can see, my converter decided to dump all the fluids out of it for some reason. So that's weird. This truck didn't have a leak. Now it's, of course I want to get it running and driving, so now we got a leak. But I got this one apart. Gonna go to the other side, loosen the other side up. I just throw the U-bolts in there real quick before I slide the block in. On this lift kit, we're not doing anything special. I don't plan on rock crawling this truck or anything like that. So just doing a block system for now. I would like to get springs for it eventually. It's a mild lift, 3-inch. I've even done block lifts for like 4-inch. I don't really recommend. They do kind of get in a bind and you'll get a lot of axle wrap out of them. Hopping and stuff like that. So I don't recommend it, but it's doable. It's just gonna pull a trailer and drive around, basically. We're gonna take it off road, but I mean, we're not gonna be, flexing it up in the rocks or anything like that. So yeah, still gotta work on this side, get this side pulled apart. The axle's sitting on jack stands. Got the rear end with the jack and a jack stand holding the rear. So we should be good there. The rear is a lot easier than the front. The front is complete spring, brand new springs as you guys seen, all that stuff, new hardware. Went together okay. Had a little trouble. I had to use the ratchet strap to bring the axle back in line and get the pin to set down inside. And we had to grind one of the pins, just would not fit inside of the axle. So whatever. It's gonna be just fine. Like I said, I'm not gonna be real hard on this truck. I say that now, but All right, got that block in, got it nice and tight. Had to modify them a little bit. Just had to grind them to a little thinner point. I could not get them to slip into the hole on the axle, so one of them deals. That's all right, we'll get it. And like I said, I don't really recommend the blocks, but for no more than this truck's gonna be doing, it's probably just fine. So I really like it when companies give you enough U-bolt where you can just slide. You can kind of keep everything together, keep the axle where it needs to be. And I did that completely upside down. Trying to look through the camera. And there, just like that. Then I can just tighten them up and that'll squeeze everything together where it needs to be. And we'll let it down off the jack and the jack stands. Just got it propped up right now, best we can. I always put one under the pinion because when you unbolt everything, they always try to roll forward and then does weird stuff. So yeah, got the brake line undone from the carrier right there. Just got it hanging for now. We'll see how much we need to adjust, if at all. And all right, let's squeeze this all back together, see what we get. All right, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. That is looking the part now. Like I said, I didn't want to go real tall, so this is just a 3-inch with a 33-inch tire, and that to me is perfect. Now if that doesn't make you smile, I don't know what to tell you. If that don't make you happy, I don't know what to do for you. So that's it right there for me. This is happiness. Finally get to work on my own stuff, and it feels great. Just look at this thing. Kind of looks like a Fall Guy truck now, don't it? And remember, we're just making a tribute truck. We're not making a replica. I'm gonna do things a lot different than the actual Fall Guy truck is. But it's gonna look pretty close, I bet, overall. Yeah, this is awesome. My first time seeing it down on the ground. Now we still have some suspension and stuff to do to this thing. My shocks are on back order, so they aren't gonna be here for like another week or two. Didn't realize that when I placed the order, and I don't wanna call anywhere else or to cancel it or anything like that. So, that being said, it's got no shocks on it right now. I did order 2 front shocks, 2 rear shocks, just some Skyjacker ones that kind of came more or less with the kit, but they're actually cheaper if you buy them separately. If you buy the kits, I've noticed that it's like another $500 for shocks for some of these kits, when you can just go order the shocks, and it was literally like $200 for the front and the back together. So a little cheaper that way. It was 200 and some dollars and some change, but there you go. Look at that thing. That makes me smile. The other day when I did the front springs and stuff, I just sat in here and stared at it for like an hour. I'm not even kidding. Let's just take it all in real quick. Look at that. Like I said, my transmission, I came in, my transmission's leaking. Pretty sure out of the converter, so yeah. It's probably got a seal going bad. It probably needs to be ran. I haven't started the truck in quite a few months. But that's next. We got to get this fuel tank out and down. I brought my new fuel tank for the truck. It's in my truck outside, along with some other goodies. I got some headers that need to go on this truck, header exhausts that I got for it, new intake and a new carburetor. I'm going to change the intake because it's got the funky mounting spread bore intake on it still, and I want to put an Edelbrock where we can put a regular carburetor on it, no problems. Throw a Holly on it for now. I am looking at fuel injection, but I'm not sure what I want to do yet. I have been looking at fuel injection for this truck. Everybody knows I'm not really a fuel injection guy, but I think for something like this, it'd be cool, especially something that I'm going to use. We did talk about putting a 6.0 LS swap in it. I'm not huge on the LS stuff, but I think for this truck to have the 4L80 transmission with overdrive and the 6.0, get better gas mileage and all that good stuff, but it would still be able to tow and run well and run good. I'd probably throw a little cam in it, wake it up a little bit. Probably can't leave it stock. I just don't think I can do that, but you know, probably slide a cam and stuff in it and just make it a lot better truck. Look at that oil leak, that transmission leak. It is what it is, I guess. I'll have to deal with that too. It wasn't leaking outside, it only leaked, you know, the one day that I brought it in here and let it sit overnight. So yeah, I'm gonna try and get it running enough to get up on the lift, and we'll raise it up and get the fuel tanks out of it and really try to diagnose the problem and get the gauges working, the fuel gauge working. I hate having a truck without a fuel gauge. I feel like every time you drive it, you just gotta go to the pump and fill it up, but yeah, we'll get even if I gotta get a little aftermarket gauge or something, just something that works. I hate not having a gas gauge. Look at all the water that is coming out of this tank. That's out of the tank. That is water. I don't know how all that got in there. This is insane to me. But we got the truck all ready to go. I told you it wasn't running. I knew there was something wrong with the tank. It wasn't getting fuel, but look at that. This is a 5-gallon bucket. That's just pure water so far. Got my tank down here. So I thought I was going to be catching gas, and that is water. It don't even smell like anything. It just smells like water. So I've been sitting here waiting for it to change, and it's not changing. So yeah, that's why it won't run on that tank. I thought it was having another some kind of other problem. I don't know how it got filled up with so much water. Only thing I can think of is the tank didn't seal when I put it back together, and then it was sitting kind of over by where our sprinklers were running, That is the only thing I can think of, is it's filling it up with water somehow. So, yeah, that is just pure water. Keep waiting for the gas to come, and there's no gas coming out of there, so I think we're just going to drain it all the way out. And I have the other tank I can put in here, like I said, so we'll get the other tank put up in here. Man, this is wild. That is just water. I've never seen so much water in a tank like that. I'm not sure how it got there even. Looks like we're finally starting to get some gas. Had about 7, 8, well, 8, 9 gallons or better of pure water. I think we're starting to get some gas now. I'm gonna go ahead and let that drain out a little further. Yeah. Me and A-Rod suspected this thing had water in it, and that's why it wasn't running. I did not know it had probably like 7 gallons of water in it, and it finally quit draining. So yeah, I'm gonna go get some new gas. I'm not gonna trust that tank anymore. I'm just gonna move it up here to get it on there. So I get it on the lift, we'll lift it up, get underneath this thing, put the new tank in, plumb it in for now, and I'll have one tank. I'd like to run both tanks, but one tank right now is better than none. So I think that's where I'm at with this situation.